From Transformers Age of the Primes, it is the Wreck and Doom collection. Spinister versus Topspin. Yes, I had this for a little while, but I was waiting for a review to open it up, and the box is a little bashed, but what can you do? It's probably okay inside. And it features a very popular double Targetmaster, who is in G1, Spinister. They had released him before, but without his Targetmaster, so now he's got his Targetmasters. And we have Topspin, who, the original, is like not very popular. You can find dozens of them all over the place, but ever since they made the ones in Titans Returns, he's been pretty popular. And now they've made a red one, which I don't know where it is, but I'm pretty sure I have a red version of Topspin somewhere, the original. But this Topspin is a Headmaster, so we have a Headmaster versus a Targetmaster, or a Titan Master versus a Targetmaster, whatever, versus a Battle Master, I don't know. But we're gonna open it up, go through both figures, and have some fun along the way. If you're new to the channel, I'm Captain Kyle, welcome aboard. If you've been watching for a while, thanks so much for coming back, that's totally awesome. And I also wanted to just let everyone know, we have memberships now in Toy Spotlight. You can become a toy hunter. We have members only live streams pretty much the first Tuesday of every month, and you can support the channel, which would be very cool. But let's get into these. We'll break them out and do some spinning with Spinister and Topspin. How you like the spin I put on that? Be right back. All right, let's break out a knife so we can slice open the side. But before I actually take them out, I do want to say the packaging looks pretty cool. Nice battle scene on the front. You can see them on the back with all their modes and their partners. So Freeze Out is apparently the Titan Master for Topspin. And you have Hairsplitter and Singe. I think the original was Heater, not Hairsplitter. But I guess Hairsplitter kind of makes sense somewhat as a Cybertronian name, except how many of them actually have hair? But let's open it up, opening it up from the slightly mashed end. But sure, as you slide it out, you can see there are the two figures right there. They're cardboard prisons. We have the instructions here with a shitty piece of paper. Watch, one day those shitty pieces of paper are going to be worth a lot of money. And if you look at the back, you can see how they're put in there and that there's some Autobot paper. So let's snip these guys off, remove the Autobot paper. So there we have Topspin, we have Spinister, Singe, and Hairsplitter. Now what's interesting with Singe is you can push in his rotors so they kind of stay in place. The interesting thing about the packaging is it made a mess all over my tape. So we're gonna have to fix that. Now this Singe is a recolor of the Seed one, and he still comes with his two regular weapons. So you could potentially have him pre and post Targetmaster partners and during, because you know, if they're organic in there, eventually they're gonna dock. So that's what happens with organic life for the most part. There we go, let's start with Topspin. So I'll put these guys aside, bring over the Turntable of Doom, and let's take a look at this guy. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure I have a red version of Topspin in the original mold, which is just basically a pull back and hope it flips open and lands on its feet type guy. So it's kind of cool that they did an homage to that. The previous Twin Twist repaint is kind of an homage to, I think, more of the Saltman Z type colors. It's been a while, not quite sure. But he comes with the two weapons. He comes with his Headmaster partner Freeze Out, who transforms like so, and is a bit shorter than the Targetmasters. Let's just zoom in a little bit on him and not have him fall over. But yeah, he's definitely a bit smaller. He does have moving arms, which the Targetmasters do not. His head actually turns, which is cool. That does not happen with the Targetmasters. It's interesting, I just recently reviewed a third-party Blur, which had his Targetmaster partner, and the Targetmasters that come with some of these third parties, I mean, incredible as far as the articulation, posability, and transformation. These guys are just, I don't think they're much different than the original G1s. But, so there is Freeze Out. He can transform into the head, and now Topspin can do his top spinny thing. But I do like the deco, I do like the red and the blue and the silver, and you can see on his wing in the back here, just one wing in the silver, he's got an Autobot symbol there. He's got a blue Autobot symbol here. Now, Topspin was one of the original wreckers in the Marvel UK comic, and it was very cool because they took characters that we didn't see in the cartoon and in the US Marvel comic and used them mainly because they were writing additional stories, but they didn't want to mess with the continuity of the G1 comic And so they had to use characters that weren't being used, and Topspin, Twin Twist, Roadbuster, Whirl, Rack and Ruin, who didn't get a actual figure. There's a third-party one that's really very similar to his original form. The one from Cyberverse is very cool, but it's not quite the same. And of course, Impactor, who we now have a bunch of those. But yeah, I'm liking the deco on this guy, and he looks pretty cool. And I love the two weapons. Let's get in some posability on him. So I don't think I've done this particular mold before. Shut up, Logan. He does do a full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. He does not appear to have any type of ankle swivel. I mean, he is from the Titans Returns days, a repaint of that particular mold. So not a lot of the Titans Returns had ankle swivels. Some I think might have. I don't remember. I'd have to go and check them all, and I'm not going to do that probably ever. But he can kick forward. He's kind of got a double jointed knee there. He can kick back. He can do a nice side kick. In fact, a full side kick, split, woohoo, kick someone right in the face. He bends at the knee, though I have to say his leg, because of the way the transformation is a little weird, because you can kind of move it back and forth, but not going to complain too much. It's a red Topspin. Swiveling of the legs all the way around. Now, he can also twist at the waist, or you might say he can spin his top. See what I did that? Never mind. Arms can go all the way around, bends at the elbow. His wings can move a little bit. He swivels, but if you want to swivel all the way around, you need to not have his arm bent when you're swiveling. And his shoulders can go up, make him look kind of weird. Go down, he can shrug. The head can go all the way around, which the original Headmasters couldn't do that, but now they're Titan Masters and they can do that. But they also don't have the readouts of their tech specs coming through, so yeah. His elbow joints are a little funny, and he can bend more than 90 degrees, but overall, he's a pretty cool figure. I mean, we are talking Titans Returns technology. We're not even up to the Siege era. We are with Spinister, but we'll get there. All right, so let's put him aside. We'll come back and do the vehicle mode very shortly. I want to take a look at Spinister. So this, again, a redeco of his Siege version, and you can actually put the guns different ways, but a redeco of the Siege version, more inspired by his comic book colors. Now, I did not break out my Siege version. It's somewhere upstairs or something, so you'll just have to look at this picture. See, he's a little bit different. I imagine I'm not looking at him, but you are. Now he finally has his two Targetmasters, and so the double Targetmasters, he's got Hairsplitter and Singe, and he can blast those all over the place. You can also, and I'm guessing because of that you can kind of plug Singe into Hairsplitter so he can become a bigger weapon, but can you do the other way around? Because I'm looking at these protrusions and I'm not sure if he can. Not unless you decide to put Hairsplitter in a different direction. But that's kind of a cool looking gun. Or it can be a tri-barrel gun. That's kind of neat. I like that. Now these are actually repaints of Neil Nose's Targetmasters, I believe, so I don't know with the originals how close they are to them. They seem to be pretty close. All right, posability on these guys, they have none, so I'm not going to do anything there. Let's take a look at the posability on Spinister, because he can do full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. Very nice, very nice. Kick forward quite high, kick back decently, side kick, really nice. Bends at the knee, there you go. Oh, ankle swivels. Unlike his box mate, I know I shouldn't pretend you guys are mates, either in the American way of, mating or in the British way of being friends. But yes, he's got ankle swivel, and yeah, knee bending and swiveling all the way around. Plus, he can twist at the waist all the way around. The arms can go all the way around. Just watch out for the helicopter blades. Bends at the elbow, quite a lot. Swivels, go off to the side. The fists do twist, so that's a nice thing. By the way, twin twists just don't twist. If you do, they'll just pop out and you'll have to reconnect them. So don't do that. All right, head can turn all the way around, though he can't really look behind himself because he's got this thing in the way. Now this mold was also used for Rotor Storm, which is a European transformer that I used to have. Went in the purge. But all right, so there we have Spinister, and you can even attach his regular guns to his Targetmaster partners, which is kind of cool. I like it. Woohoo! All right, back to Topspin. Did I call him Twin Twist before? I meant Topspin. Him and his bro look a lot alike. Well, let's get him into his vehicle mode, which is a little more complex than the original, which was clunk. and you were done. So there is Topspin in his vehicle mode. Very reminiscent of the original. No real wheels, so there is a landing gear in the front here, but he was supposed to kind of fly anyway. He's got some nice jets in the back. His weapons attached to his wings, and inside his canopy is Freeze Out, his headmaster, partner, and pilot. So he can concentrate on firing while Freeze Out is like taking care of the piloting stuff, I guess. 2 heads are better than 1? Well, he's only got 1 head, but you know what I mean. Oh, his head has a head. Shut up, Logan. But very cool. I think you can also take his weapons. If you don't want them on there, you can put them above the wings, attach them in the back here. So that's kind of neat. I like that. Alternative configurations, though it fell out. Probably because I just didn't push it in hard enough. And again, shut up, Logan. But yeah, liking him in vehicle mode. He is about 6 inches long, and I realize I did not measure him in robot mode, so I got to convert him back. In robot mode, he's about 5.5 inches tall. So there's Topspin in both his modes. Now, from tail propeller to foot, he's 7 inches. I'm not going to make the same mistake with Spinister, but from head to toe, he's about 6. So let's take off his weapons and put him into his chopper mode. Run for the chopper now! So there's Spinister. I think I got him correct. Had a little trouble with the back there, but I think he's good. It's been a while since I've transformed this mold, and I'm trying to do it quickly for you guys. So, but you can put his regular weapons on him, spin the rotor. Now I'm thinking, as he's flying around, you can probably add his Targetmaster partners. But it's a cool looking helicopter, even if I may not have him perfectly aligned. Someone with far more skill than I can work on that. But I like it in helicopter mode from nose to tail, almost 7 inches. And definitely with the Targetmaster partners, I think you can also just forgo, but unfortunately they're face up, which is much more obvious with Singe than Hairsplitter. So if you're going to attach them, I would say use the regular guns as an interface. It makes it look better, like so. At least they're face down, but you know, people on the ground can see them, you know, give them the finger, that kind of thing. So there you have Spinister, and you have a headless poor Topspin. Now, it's a pretty cool set. I like it. I'm especially a big fan of Wreckers. So the Doom and Gloom guys, I don't remember them in the G1s, but I didn't read all of the G1s, but the Mayhem Attack Squad. But it is good that Spinister finally has his Targetmaster partners. The other one has the silver ones from Windsweeper, who I outfitted with an upgrade kit. So everybody has their Targetmasters, even other versions, even if they're not the same color. But it's a fun set. Glad I got it. And definitely putting the links in the description if you'd like to pick it up. Still available at Amazon. It's an Amazon exclusive. And yeah, it is fun. And if you're having fun watching these videos, by all means, feel free to subscribe. That'd be awesome. And while you are mulling over this set, you'll set out the other brand new Wreck and Doom set right over here worth checking out. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.